Alrighty, guys, welcome to episode 22 of Good
What's up,
Pickins.
guys?
What's going on? What's going on? Welcome, welcome.
Yep, welcome.
Yeah. What's going on tonight? How you feeling?
Man, I feel great. Feel
Good.
great, man. Just got through doing a big back workout, a lot of deadlifts, a lot of rows and pull-ups.
I saw you hitting the protein shake right
Yeah,
before
man.
we went live.
I'm always drinking a protein shake on a live, whether it's on my channel or on our podcast, because I always go to the gym directly before the podcast.
Yeah. See, I'm
Yeah,
not well, first of all, I don't really do any like physical activity usually in the evenings, so like
right.
it's either water or beer for me when we're podcasting, you know.
Right, I hear you. Well, it's only because that's the way the schedule works out. So in the morning time when I'll run 5 miles in the morning, I do that before I do anything else. But on days that I work out, I don't wake up as early, and then I just go to the gym after I finish work.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. I
kind
don't
of
know.
how it
Do you
works.
ever feel like that kind of like works against you though sometimes? Because I feel like if I did that, it would kind of my energy would be drained. You know, I wouldn't be as
As
spunky.
far as what when I if I wake up and work out before work,
No, the other way around.
if
Like
I
if you,
work out after work,
yeah,
uh, I don't know, man. I really enjoy fitness, so it's fun for me. It's a good way to unwind after listing 50 items.
that's
And I
fair.
know that sounds weird, oh, let's go unwind by lifting a bunch of heavy stuff. You know what I mean? But it's like it's like a high for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I actually enjoy it. Then it helps me sleep great. So
Oh, I mean that's every time, you know,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
But I mean I get that. I think it also is weird when you talk about like working out before you work too, because some people are
yeah.
like, man, like you must be so worn out after your workout. How do you want to work after that? Well, it's like you
Right.
got the endorphins going,
Yep.
like the day's just looking on the up and up. Like,
Yep. Yep.
we've talked about that before, but
And you've tackled so much. So what can the day throw at you that you haven't pretty much already prepared yourself for?
very true. Very true. What's up,
I
Bo,
feel
by
like
the way?
it helps you tackle the day. What's up, Bo, my guy?
Bo had a crazy sale the other day. I don't know how to pronounce the
Which one?
brand. Arctics,
Arcteryx? Yeah,
Arcteryx.
Arcteryx. Yeah.
That jacket, dude.
Yeah, $400 or $500, whatever it
And
was.
it's still summer. Like we're
Yeah.
still in I mean, we
Well,
just came into September, but
I sold 4 sweaters, 2 hoodies, and like 3 pairs of jeans and a bunch of like, long sleeve shirts. So
yeah.
overnight. So, and a pair of Chelsea Doc Martin boots. So
Ooh,
that's pretty
nice.
much like all winter stuff, you know.
I mean, I did go. I mean, I go pretty much every day to the local St. Vincent, but I did
Yeah,
see that they rolled out their fall
their
stuff.
winter stuff.
Yep, all
Start
the
stocking up, bro.
Yep. So I did take a glance and there was nothing good. But I actually funny story. So I was setting up my listing station for clothing last
Mhm.
night. I posted it in Discord. By the way, shameless plug for our Discord. If you
Yep.
go into the link into any of our videos down below, you can find the link to our Discord. It's absolutely free. Go hang out, talk with us about reselling, nerd stuff, whatever. We'd love to hear from you guys. But I did post some pictures in there of the listing setup, and I was like, man, I kind of don't have the most important piece, and that's the tripod to put the nice camera on because I got the
Yeah.
nice DSLR now. And I went and looked around. I was like, I have to have like thrifted because I know I've thrifted more than one tripod just for
Right.
various activities. I gave you one.
Yeah. Then it broke. It broke on me.
No,
Yeah.
it is one of the cheap ones though. To be fair, like it's
Well, no, it was my fault. I knocked it over, and
oh
then like
no.
when it landed, it shattered. So
No.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean it was one of the cheap ones, but I did hook Marcus up with like one of the quick connects for his GoPro
yeah,
so he could quickly go back and forth between a tripod and filming like vlog
yeah,
style. So, but anyway, enough of that rambling. But so I had to thrift a tripod. And
yeah.
of course I go to the bins today. I shoot the episode and I'm looking for a tripod and I
Right.
don't find one. Like
Of
just
course
one of
not.
those things that
Yeah,
I've seen them a million times. I don't find one. But I
yep,
found
that's
one
how
at
it goes.
SVDP for $6, so I swooped that up.
Nice.
It's nice, durable and all that stuff. Got some
That's
nice little
good.
features, but yeah. So now I'm ready to list clothing
Ready to
pretty much.
go.
I'm yeah
Nice.
I'm right there. So we'll
So
see we'll see how it goes.
for me with my photos, I use a Samsung Galaxy S10 and a lanyard. So the lanyard hangs around my neck, right? So I don't need a tripod because I don't need to. I don't have an expensive camera, pretty much. Uh, so I hang this on my chest, and then that way, in between arranging, I could just dangle this like a necklace,
No, that's
and then
smart.
boom,
That's
I pick
smart.
it up because I was dropping my phone all the time, and yeah, that's how I ended up having to get a new phone because I shattered the last one. So lanyard, I'm not gonna drop this one. Bo asked me, "Have I ever tried the carnivore diet?" I did and had more energy. No, I've never considered it only because for me, it's harder for me to burn fat and meat, especially when you're on the carnivore diet. It tends to have a lot more fat. I don't do enough aerobic exercise for me to tap into my fat stores. So I tend to not overdo it on the fat. I'm only taking in 64 grams of fat a day. And if I was on the carnivore diet, I'd probably surpass the 100 mark. So gotta gotta lay low on the fats. Lean protein for me.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously I'm not at the level that you're at. I'm really not. I don't dive that deep into the science, but I mean, I just
Well, I'm
find that
certified though, you know.
exactly.
Yeah,
Like you're on a different level. But I just find
yeah,
that like having the balance is just the best way. But
yeah.
I
Plus,
mean,
I like carbs though. I love carbs.
yeah. Yeah, like how could I ever I mean, trust me, I do try to limit myself on the sweet
Yeah,
carbs, the sugary carbs. But
yeah,
man, you got to have some like balance sometimes, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like you got to have, a little bit of carb in there. It's not like you're
yeah.
going to eat a whole, Cinnabon,
Right,
but
right, right. Yeah, I'll stay away from the sweets, but I do eat like potatoes, rice. Like I'll eat rice cakes and stuff like that. And I know rice cakes, but they're so fire to me. Like the caramel ones or the chocolate ones, they're pretty
mhm.
good. I'll eat like granola bars with like fudge dipped. Those are about the extent of my sweets.
Gotcha.
Um, and then like protein shakes, those actually are delicious to me. It's like drinking,
Dude.
it's pretty good. So,
Yeah.
I get my share of sweets while trying to do it healthily, you
Yeah,
know.
absolutely.
There are healthy options like Halo ice cream and stuff like that, but I feel like if I'm supposed to eat one serving, I'll just eat the whole thing. And
Yes.
granted, a Halo pint is made for you to eat the whole thing, but it's not as delicious as the real ice cream. And so I
I yeah.
I don't even start dabbling in that, but
I
I
would
could.
I would rather have a quarter of the good stuff than a whole thing
Right.
of the Halo, right?
Yep.
Like
Yep. Exactly.
so yeah,
Most
treat
definitely.
treat yourself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Don't
Bo
cheat
says
yourself.
Bo says bacon every day. I mean, listen, like
Mm.
I suppose if your body accepts that type of diet,
Right.
like then more power to you. But for me
Yep.
personally, like well, also bacon is salty as heck. So like I can
Really.
only eat so much bacon in so
Yep.
many ways until I get tired of it. But
Right.
hey, I mean, miss
And well, I love bacon too, but
yeah,
it
just not
just
every day. Like I
right.
you know,
I eat turkey bacon too, though. It's definitely not the same, but I can eat more of it.
yeah, yeah, turkey bacon's all right. Miss Lachey says cheeseburgers and
Cheeseburgers and
fries.
fries for me.
Listen,
Yeah.
that is my go-to meal, bro.
Yeah.
Like if I was on death row, it would be a cheeseburger and
Yeah.
fries.
From where though?
Dude, that's you can't ask me that. You can't ask me that.
Yeah, I
That's
can because there's there's a lot of options,
I don't
but
know. So,
for me, like I really like either like Jack in the Box, Frisco sourdough Jack, or
bro,
the Frisco melt from like Hardee's.
you're killing me right now, man.
So
You're
fire, dude.
telling me right now that you're going to get a fast food burger
Yeah, because
as
I don't
your
really
last
go
meal?
anywhere else.
I don't know who you are.
Maybe,
I don't know who you are. I'm out of here.
maybe if we had
You
like
just
better options, I don't have very much around me. Well, I
bro,
guess if I could go anywhere, uh, I don't know, man. Where would you get it from?
my first instinct is to say Stacked, which is a burger joint that's right near me
Mm,
in the city. It's oh my god, like just the
mm,
range of like creative options that they have, or you can
right.
just make your own. So like it's the best of both worlds.
Okay.
The fries and sides are really good. I mean, it's just a good place. But with
Mhm,
that being said, I know that there's a ton of good burger places that I have not explored in St. Louis
right.
because I'm the type of guy when I find a good restaurant for a certain
You
type of
stick with
food,
it.
I stick with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like to deviate. So,
And that's the thing. St. Louis has so much to choose from, man, that
oh
if you could eat out for every day for a year and still not eat everywhere.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
It's
Like
crazy.
I think St. Louis does sneakily have like a really good food scene. Like
Yeah.
we really do. Like it's very
Yeah.
low key.
I
So
bet the foodie scene is like lit.
It is, dude. Like, I mean, even for like, Zesty and I have barely scratched the surface,
Mhm.
but I mean, dude, like, Bailey's Range, that was another place that like is on
Right.
everybody's foodies list for St. Louis, and like, I had it for the first time the other week. It was so good, and it was like
Yeah.
moderately priced. The atmosphere was cool. Like, it was great.
Yeah. Like
What's
you
up?
blew my mind taking me to the Foundry. That was
Oh
fire.
yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah. So if you guys don't know, if you guys ever come to the St. Louis Bins, go across the street to eat at the Foundry. It's like this huge open air food mall.
Yes.
They're
Food court.
also adding like a music venue in there soon, and like a
Nice.
nightclub maybe. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But it's got food from everywhere in the world in there. I'm talking
Yeah.
like, African food to
Yep.
Middle Eastern to
Haitian food,
Haitian. I mean,
Creole food.
Creole. Yep, yep. It's
Yeah.
got everything. Go in there, get yourself a good meal. It is a little pricey for what you get, but dude, you work up a good sweat at the bins.
It's
You go
worth
over
it
there and
though.
eat though. Like
Yeah.
that was a good day. That was a fun day.
Yeah.
That
I
I,
went back and went to that Asian place and got some Asian burritos. Fire.
oh yeah.
So
How were
fire,
they?
dude.
Were they
They were
nice, dude?
delicious. Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
I've really only had one bad meal there, and I had dude, I can't remember. It was at the African place, and they were
Mhm.
not chicken feet. They were some weird cut that like
Yeah.
it looked and sounded good, but
But it wasn't.
the way, I don't know. Maybe it was just an off day for them. I'm not gonna judge it,
Right.
but I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah.
What up, Fly Days?
What's up, Fly Days? My guy.
Miss Lachey says, not gonna lie, that lime sherbet be banging. Yo, I love
I like the
sherbet.
orange sherbet, man.
Bro, I'm an
I
orange.
like rainbow sherbet too,
No,
though.
I do too. I do too. I
Mm.
like, if I had to choose a single flavor, it would be
It'd be
orange.
orange. Yeah.
But lime is the close second, and definitely the rainbow, because
Yeah.
you get the whole gamut,
Right. Yep.
So
And that's funny because I don't like anything else orange. Like nothing else orange is my favorite
huh?
except for sherbet.
That's weird. That's
Yeah.
weird.
It's like I don't like lemon candy or banana candy.
I don't either.
But I
I don't
love
either.
lemon heads though. That's weird.
Yeah, lemon heads are good. Lemon heads are
Lemon
good.
heads are
Yeah.
fire.
Friday says turkey bacon is so much better than regular bacon. Changed my mind. I mean, I
I really
on
like
certain
turkey
days,
bacon.
yeah, I'm agreeing.
I like turkey bacon and turkey sausage, but I'm not going to agree with you that it's better than the real deal.
No, I mean, I get that. I get that. But sometimes when you have a hunkering for turkey bacon, it
Yeah.
does slap. It does
Right. I
slap.
like apple bacon. Apple bacon
I've
is
never had
so
that.
fire. Really. It comes on like a lot of burgers and stuff like that at like more upscale like
Huh.
restaurants. Not upscale restaurants, but at like a legit restaurant versus a fast food restaurant.
Okay. Well, then maybe I have had it. I don't
It's
know.
fire.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure. But Steve
Steve
says
says Foundry is fire.
Foundry is fire, baby. Yup. It
Definitely.
is so good. We're going to have
Thai
to do.
food's number one for Bo.
Yo, it would
Thailand
actually be
Thai.
kind of cool if we ever did do a St. Louis meetup, which we can
We
also
need to, man.
I want to talk about that actually.
Yeah.
But I think the Foundry would be a really cool space to get a bunch of
Yeah.
us together to have a meal. Not necessarily to have the event at or have the event near, but just to have a meal together.
Right.
I think that'd be a
Yeah,
really
because
good
there's
spot.
plenty of space, cafeteria style. It's so awesome.
Exactly. Like everybody gets a choice. Nobody's locked into one thing, type
Yeah.
of thing. So, and it works out great because we're all going to be at the bins anyway. So
Right.
it's just going to be a bunch of us doing a bins takeover.
Yeah, I'm with it, man. Definitely.
We'll form like a blockade of people.
Yep.
We'll like lock arms, and then two people pick through the bins.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll probably never be allowed back in there.
No,
but-
no. That's a good way to
Oh.
piss off all the regulars.
Right. So Bo says Thai food. I've never had Thai food. At least I don't think. Actually, no, I had Vietnamese food. And it was all right. I really don't remember. It tasted just like soup. I thought I was getting something like it was like going to be like a ramen bowl, but it ended up just being like some watery soup with like some crunchy stuff in it. It's like bone. It was weird.
Yeah, so you're probably talking about pho, no?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Okay, so I'm sort of in the same boat, and this is really not. This is probably an unpopular opinion, but I think pho, the broth, is trash. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I've just not had the right place or what, but like,
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed, honestly.
yeah,
I
it's
was like, because the people that took me, it was these two chicks I work with, and they're like, "You're gonna love this," and I was just like, "All right, take me and just tell me what to get." And they're like, "We get this all the time," and so they pointed it out, and I was like, "I don't really like this," you know. And I just never been back. I was 18 then, man, so that was 20 years ago. but
maybe times have changed, but I don't know.
maybe
Maybe not though. I mean, like you've had like legit good ramen, right? Like real
yeah,
deal ramen.
yeah,
That broth is
it's so fire. Yeah, yeah,
crushing on some pho.
yeah.
So fight me if you want, but I'm gonna die on that hill.
Mm.
Zesty will probably fight me over that one. She really loves pho. She does.
Maybe I
So
just didn't go to the right place, but this was in St. Louis. It was on the south side. I can't remember exactly
what
where.
was it? Pho Grand? Like the
Yeah, yeah,
dude,
yeah, yeah.
if you went there and had pho and didn't like it, there's no
Yeah.
other place in St. Louis that would be better because Pho Grand is like
Really?
the place for it
Huh.
in St. Louis.
Well,
Yeah, South Grand. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, man. That sounds like you're never gonna like it, but I kind
Maybe
of agree.
my palate has been more it's matured over the years, and
I
I might
mean,
like it if I tried it again.
that's fair. That's fair. I mean, palates do change,
Yeah.
so I don't know if it'll
Joe
ever
says,
change for me.
"What's up, Joe?"
Joe, hello.
Friday says y'all have a good SV St. Vincent de Paul in St. Louis. I was very disappointed today. I've only been to the Benz one once. It was pretty good. I only got to spend about 20 minutes in there. I was definitely satisfied with it. But the St. Vincent de Paul thrift store, it's okay. The one that I go to on it's in South County by the mall. I haven't, and then what's that? There's one by the old by the Burlington, right?
Yeah, that's
That's
the
the
one
St.
right by my
Vincent.
house.
That's the one you go to.
Yeah, that's the one right
Okay.
by my post office and right by my house.
Okay.
Also, quick note: the one that the first one that you mentioned is
Yeah.
actually moved down the street. So
Okay. So.
there was a Family Value or whatever it was called, super
Mhm.
overpriced thrift store that
Yeah.
Zesty and I never found anything good at to resell or
Yeah.
just for our own personal use.
Right.
So they moved out and St. Vincent decided to move locations down to town to there.
Mm.
So they're just down the
Okay.
street on the same
Awesome.
side.
All right. Good to know. So that way I don't
Yes.
pull up like where'd they go?
Right, right.
Because I'm sure the message yet.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
Mm.
apparently Zesty went there yesterday and they didn't have much stocked. And I was like, why would they open the store and not have inventory
Right.
stocked? That's
That's
kind of
weird.
weird.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Mm. Well, I haven't been to the actual thrift in a while. Like I went to the thrift today, but that's to get shoes though. So that's like an inside deal. So it's not like it doesn't really count. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like I go there anticipating getting like at least 20 to 30 pairs of shoes because that's what the agreement is, you know. So
Right, right. You got the plug for sure.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
If you
Definitely.
guys don't know Marcus's brother, he works at a thrift store, so
Yeah.
he's got the connect.
Yep. He's
Straight
in charge of shoes and hats.
straight to the main line.
Works for me. Right.
Right, right.
Yeah. So now for him to get into that program that he's in for like $500 for him to get in there, and he's like, "So I guess you $100 back." And I was like, multiple times, bro. Like definitely, it was
Yeah.
definitely worth it.
Oh, yeah. That's a long-term investment, but
Right.
worth it for sure.
Steve
For
says,
sure.
but is not good for clothes. What's not good for clothes? The St. Vincent de Paul bins. I think they are. That's all I went and got.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like the clothes resellers are always at the St. Vincent de Paul bins. I mean I would never like I mean we've talked about this a million times, but buying clothing at a regular thrift is just kind of dead for most
Yeah,
locations. Like you
Chris Harder,
really
man.
like it's you if you go out to like West County, which is a more affluent area of St. Louis,
Mhm.
you're finding Levi's for like $10, $12 a
Yeah,
pair.
it's $20 here in the boot hill.
It's crazy. That's absolutely
Ridiculous.
nutty, dude. Like,
Yeah, man.
nah. So yeah, I mean, most places are not good for clothes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's why when I hear people saying that like they go to the thrift store and pay like $8 for a t-shirt, and I'm like, why?
it better
Why?
be a
Because
$50 t-shirt.
t-shirts don't sell for that much money, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
$15 is maximum, like for the most part, unless you get a banger.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And finding a banger is like few and far between. It really is.
It's just because it was vintage. It was vintage nature shirt, you know what I mean? But for
Yeah,
the most part, I'm not getting a whole lot of money off t-shirts.
no, no, not like that. No, I mean it's so hard to find the vintage stuff in a regular thrift. Like it just It doesn't
Um,
exist anymore, you know?
so Steve was talking about the SVDP on Kings Highway, the one by your house. And yeah, I can agree with you. Their prices on clothes is a little bit high there. They did have a lot of decent stuff the last time I was in there, which was probably like 3 or 4 months ago. They had some decent clothes in there. I only bought like 3 or 4 items because the price was a little bit high.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yeah, no, I agree, Steve. Also, should we just do the channel blow up real quick?
yeah.
Speaking of Steve.
Speaking
Okay,
of
so
Steve,
Steve, Missouri Outdoors and Reviews with a little exclamation point there at the end. Don't forget about that. He has a channel, and it is related not to reselling, but related to the video game Red Alert. If you guys
mhm.
were born in the 80s or even the 90s, you probably remember this game.
I knew nothing of it.
Really, nothing.
Nothing of
Not
it.
at
Not at
all.
all.
Not at
Not at
all.
all.
Well, it's a real-time strategy, guys, and if you guys go, I'll post the link here if you guys want to check it out. But the first thing that struck me about the channel was the cool music, and I couldn't figure out if the music was part of the game or that's something that Steve overlaid. But I thought that was really cool. What do you think about the music?
I mean, I thought it was pretty, retro gamey
Yeah,
sounding.
yeah,
You know what I
like
mean? I liked it.
yeah.
As far as nostalgia purposes, the game was definitely something that reminded me of my childhood. That's for sure. But what I didn't know was it a computer game or was it like on a system?
So it's actually for both. They
Okay,
actually made it for PlayStation and I want to
PC.
say, well, yeah, of course, yes, PC, but yeah, I think PlayStation was the only console that it was on, if I
Okay.
remember correctly. Not
Mm,
100% sure, but oh, it is part of the game. Okay, well, it's got a really rad soundtrack. I also think it's really cool that Steve was playing it online, which I don't think that game was meant to be played originally online.
mm.
So I think
Yeah,
somebody,
I couldn't tell that. I didn't know that he was playing it online. But what I did, what it gave me vibes of was kind of like one of those games where you build your village up, like township or like farm, whatever, or
yeah,
one of those
yeah.
types of games. Yeah, I got definitely got vibes from that type of thing.
Except you have like dogs running around and mauling people and like people with
Yeah.
like Tesla pack coils electrocuting one another. So yeah, yeah, it's kind of like that.
Mm.
Tanks running, infantry over. But
Yeah,
but yeah. Yeah, he said that he plays on CNCnet. What
CNC
I've
net.
never heard of that, but yeah. That was pretty cool though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Definitely go check them out. And again, guys, if you go into the Discord, you can either post a link for somebody, you can post your own link. Don't be ashamed if you want to
yeah.
promote your own channel. But we do a channel blow
Nothing
up
wrong
every
with that.
week on the
Yep.
show. So
Yep.
go do
Yeah,
it.
man.
Go
Nothing
do it.
wrong with self promotion.
Yes, we actually do need a self promotion sub channel in the Discord as well, so you guys can
Yeah.
throw your stuff in there instead of just people throwing it in the off topic channel and stuff like that. So,
Right.
but
So I don't know where all these subscribers are coming from, dude. Uh it's weird, man. Usually you can tell like where they're coming from, but none of my recent videos are showing more subscribers than what they were showing, and I've gained like 16 more subscribers since last week. Well, not since last
um,
week, just in the last 2 days. So
the analytics might need to catch up for some reason too.
yeah.
Like I've even noticed weird stuff of like it'll show like 2 or 3 subs less. Like we
Hmm.
lost 2 or 3 subs in one day, but then the
Yeah.
day after that, we just blow up on subs. It's almost like a
Yeah.
rubber band effect of like
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know. It's very weird. So like maybe just the analytics need to catch up. So
Well,
also Tracy said I love Value Village. There are no Value Villages left in St. Louis, unfortunately.
yeah. The
I think
last one was what on Chippewa?
maybe didn't they also rebrand some of the stores too?
I'm not really sure, honestly.
I think some
They
of
may
the
have.
Value Villages got rebranded
They
into
might have.
something
I'm pretty sure
else.
somebody else bought them out.
Wait, no, isn't Value Village now Red Racks? Or like some of
I've
them got
never heard of that, so I don't know.
because yeah, Red Racks was in certain, or maybe it was the other way around. I don't know. Somebody correct me, but yeah,
Hmm.
either way. Flyday says I've been super bad prices at Value Village for some reason. Yeah, I mean it's just all matter of like where you are. in the
Yeah,
country.
yeah.
Who the people are that are
Where's
working there.
Flydays from? He's from
Up
up east, right?
northeast, yeah, by like
By
Hillary and stuff.
Hillary. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense then.
Yup,
Yeah.
yup.
JD Deluxe, what's up,
What up?
gangsters?
What up?
Made me
What did
think
you
it's super bad gangsters. What's up, guys? Chicka chicka, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was waiting for you to do it, bro, cuz
Yeah.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
JD, what did you try to post, by the way? We can if you want to send it to me, I can post it.
I don't think it was anything special. I saw it before he deleted it, but my memory is the worst.
Are you posting naughty things in the chat, JD?
No.
Tracy said a lot of the stuff is price high to begin with, but my value village has color tags. They go from 25, 50%, and 75% off. I get a lot of good deals at 50 to 75% off because it doesn't sell at regular. Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
I feel like whenever I try to wait for an item like that,
Yeah, it's gone.
it's gone.
Yeah.
I don't even try.
That's how it is for me too. That's why it's either you buy it or you just miss out on it. Because, in my area, they don't do very much discounting. Like, the one Goodwill does, but by the time it gets down to like something that's reasonable for it to be sold at, somebody's already bought it on like the other day. So
Yeah.
I just have no luck whatsoever.
Well, it also seems like there's going to be another person that's willing to take the risk at full price.
Yeah.
Either
Or there's going to be the person that wants it for not selling it.
also that that's very true. I mean, like maybe somebody doesn't understand how sell-through rate works, or
Yeah.
doesn't look at sold comps or something like that, and just
Yep.
YOLO buys it. Maybe they just got into reselling and they're just throwing money around, which
Yep.
happens.
That does happen. I used to be that guy.
I used to be that guy too. I should say that Zesty and I were those people. Like, we were buying $50, $60, $70 carts at the bins. Like,
Wow.
like that's a lot of money at the bins.
That's a lot of money to not be, not be profitable.
Well,
So, I mean, I'm sure you
yeah.
were profitable, but
Not very much,
to
though.
not be, yeah. So, like for me, when I first started going to the bins, I wouldn't really load up on much because I wasn't really into selling clothes at that time, and I didn't want to buy electronics at the bins and then like they be broken. So I kind of just got little small knickknacks and media. You know what I mean? Like I'd hit it out the park with some media, but then I start venturing into clothing and start grabbing shoes, and from there it just graduated to what it is now. Now I fill up my cart every time, and if I don't, I'm unsatisfied.
Yeah, for sure. We've talked about it before. Like, if we don't leave with at least like, $150 in items, like, it's not a good day.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So
Steve says I'm getting the subs from the burglar thumbnail. No, I got 15 subs from that video, but the additional 16 subs are not from that video, and I'm trying to figure out where they're coming from. Because whatever it is, I want to keep doing it, but I don't know what it is.
I don't know, man. I mean, the thumbnail alone doesn't equate to subs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that's the content.
it's the content. It's the content.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. Well, you'll have to let the analytics settle and
Yeah.
and see what happens for sure. So
Right.
and
Cool.
sometimes it just does. Sometimes you'll put out a video that's similar to another video, but just for whatever reason, the algorithm will pick one up over the other, and one will get you more subs than the other one. So.
That wasn't too loud, was it?
Oh, it's just a little loud. It's a little loud.
Really,
What do you?
man? It's
No,
like-
I.
It's like halfway up.
I'm just giving you trouble, bro.
Oh,
What? JD says years ago it was a gold mine. Yeah, for sure. I mean, Value Village.
Everything was though.
Exactly. Oh, that's right. It's a Savers.
part of
Savers.
Savers.
Yes,
Okay.
that's what it was. Because that's the reason we don't have any more Value Village is
That
because
makes sense
they
because we
all
got savers.
they all turned into Savers. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, me personally, there's mixed reviews on savers.
Yeah.
I personally enjoy savers.
I do
It is a
too.
little on the pricey side, but there's quality, like so much quality items in there.
Yes.
So whereas you go into like the local mom and pop thrift store, you're gonna find like jeans that are like Morona or like White Stag or like just stuff that nobody's buying, Arizona, things like that. Versus like when you go into a Savers, you're finding like the good Levi's, you're finding like Lucky Brand jeans, Ariat jeans, you're finding good stuff that's worth picking up. That if you do have to pay $8 to $10 for a pair, you're going to be able to at least double your money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which was my experience. I actually went to the Savers by Old Crestwood Plaza, and I loaded up. I want to say I spent like $175 there on clothing and shoes and even some hard goods. This is when I was still doing hard goods. And right off the flip, I sold a pair of New Balances for $70. I paid like
Dang.
$10 for, yeah. So I was real in like halfway in the profits already, you know what I mean? With two or three sales. I bought Levi's for $11 a piece, which is very, very high for me, but I sold each one of them for $30. So
I mean, the numbers add up to me there. I mean,
right,
that's
right, right.
you're three
And
times.
I still had other stuff too, though. But I was testing the theory because I had just started going to the bins. This was right after I met you, and I was testing the theory of if I would do bins exclusively or if I would do bins and the thrift stores,
Right.
and if I was going to hit only thrift stores in St. Louis, if it would be profitable with me driving that distance, spending money on gas, hitting as many thrifts as I could in a day at St. Louis, or would it just make more sense to go to the bins? And clearly, it makes more sense to go to the bins, but that other model is profitable. It would just take more of an investment for the same amount of not the same amount, but in order for me to net and have a good return on my investment, I'd have to spend enough money to where the item that I would buy would triple my return. So I'd be
Right.
able to buy another item as well as recoup my initial investment, but also save money for savings or either to triple up. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I can do that easily at the bins. It's just a volume game with
Exactly.
buying from the bins.
Yeah, it's not the quality, it's the quantity at the bins that's going to give
Right.
you. Plus, I mean, when you're listing quantity too, you're keeping that algorithm happy by having,
Yep.
all that action going on. And
Yep.
so yeah, I mean, it like, and like, obviously there are a lot of business models where you do put a lot of money up front, but like,
Yeah.
for me, I don't like it. I don't
No.
I don't like having all that money wrapped up
Right.
into items.
Especially me because I keep such a large draft bank. So say if I had 250 drafts of items that all cost $10, that's a lot of money
That's a
sitting there.
yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? Versus,
Exactly.
at $2 an item, it's not as much money. It's just like $500.
Right, right.
So
Or like if you get a return or something does happen to an item or whatever.
yeah,
Yo, Chief Stacks
Chief
coming in?
Stacks come through with the super
Yo.
chat.
Thank you,
What's up, my
Chief.
guy? And
What's
he
up? What's up?
actually made a recommendation for me to get a guy on my
Yes,
podcast. I'm
yes.
definitely going to do
I
that.
so I followed the guy that he recommended and I followed Chief Stacks as well on Instagram. If you guys haven't, their
Yes,
uh
sir.
go check out their pages for sure.
Yep.
We also need to catch up on chat. Sorry guys. We're
Yeah,
running a
yeah,
little
yeah. We get the
behind here.
rambling. Sorry, guys.
I mean,
Uh,
it is our podcast, Marcus. So like we're
right.
the only people that matter here. We're very important.
Yeah.
uh
Tiffany's in the building.
Yo, what up,
Hello,
Tiffany?
late tonight, but I made it. It's
Listen,
okay.
it's like 30 minutes past the hour. You're good.
Yeah, it's
You're
all good.
good. You're not like me who shows up for the last 15 minutes to Marcus's live. Okay.
Right. Joe Dempsey says so much competition at every thrift store near me. There's never a time there aren't other resellers there. That's why I enjoy the pawn shop. The pawn shop is a slept on sourcing option.
It is.
A lot of people are sleeping on the pawn shops. Now that's one place where it is worth it to pay up on things because usually the ROI is going to be outstanding. You
Yep.
know what I mean? So like especially with Joe, like if you've seen any of his what solds, he's buying stuff and selling it for like $200-300. You know what I mean? So for him to go that sourcing route, it's definitely a sensible way to do it. For me, I've only got one thrift store in my town. One thrift store in my town. So it's definitely not viable for a guy that's doing 50 a day. But if you're just doing choice picking, like cherry picking very quality items, yeah, pawn shop's definitely a good source.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I was gonna say also just, the way that regular thrift stores have been for me
Mhm,
is either I go every day, like I do go to St. Vincent every day, and
mhm.
I get lucky some days, and a lot of
Yeah,
days I don't. And
right,
the days I do get lucky, it's maybe one or two items.
right.
So like again, I mean, I think Joe really is true with saying that the competition is so crazy at regular thrift
Yeah.
stores. So you have to be on top of your game of like knowledge to
Yep.
find the little gems to cherry pick out of there. You
Yep.
really
Yep.
do. Or get lucky with the timing. Like they just put out a new batch
Yep.
of shoes, or they just put out a new batch of video games, which will be gone in about 5 minutes. You know,
Yeah.
so
Definitely.
yeah. So it's you
Yeah.
got to be on top of it.
Let's
Steve
see.
said made it to the media first today. Got a bunch of awesome empty game cases. Did you go?
Hey,
Did you go in the morning? I was there this morning. I did pretty okay. You guys will see the episode tomorrow. But yeah,
Steve's been ducking us, man. That's what he's doing.
yeah. He's like I don't like these guys stink
Uh,
or something.
yeah.
Didn't put on my deodorant or something today.
Well,
You
let
know.
us find out what you look like, Steve, and we're coming for you.
Yes, we will make the contact.
Yeah.
Miss Lachey says, Marcus, you've been so cool, laid back, and confident lately, giving off that I know my stuff vibe. I don't think Marcus has ever not had that vibe though, for real. Ever since I met
Uh,
him.
I wouldn't say that I had the I know my stuff vibe back then, but I try to be a laid back person. Um, but yeah, I appreciate the kind words. Not to not be humble or nothing like that, but you got to have an air of confidence about yourself, just not arrogant. You know what I
Well,
mean?
that's the difference between being humble and being arrogant is just like a level of confidence, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Not overbearing. I'm not out here strutting my tail feathers or
yeah,
nothing,
yeah, yeah.
nothing like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the knowledge part, that just that comes with anybody experience. Just more time, more reps in the industry. Niching down has helped me a lot. At first, I didn't know much about anything. I knew a little bit about a little bit, and as you grow and knock off the stuff that ain't working, you just pour gas on what is, and that will build your confidence for anybody. So, uh,
Yeah.
definitely been a learning experience. And I can only imagine with more focus and more, research and just more experience over the next 5 years, where I'm at now will be like peas and carrots, like nothing compared to where I'll be at in 5 years. So,
That's
Lord willing, everything stays, kosher in the reselling industry. 5 years from now, I'll be, sitting pretty good.
I don't see it going away. I mean,
I don't see it going away. I see, thrift stores being not as viable of an option, and I see competition getting more. I'm not going to say worse, because there's people that get in the game and don't realize how much work it actually is.
correct.
There's people that do it for fun, but there's people that get in it with the intention of going full time, and then they find out it's a grind. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to make six figures a year, you got to put in hours every day.
Yep.
You can't, unless you're like selling all $300 $400 items every single day. It's going to take a lot of work. So like for me, listing 50 a day takes me about 5 6 hours of like work, like uninterrupted work. And that's like more like a real job, you know what I mean? And so I think people are thinking that they can get into this industry and just be passive. Or I can get up at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and, do whatever I want to do and then just make
Yeah.
millions of dollars.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you know, like not list, every day. Like they'll take
Yeah.
3 days, 4 days off from
Yep.
listing,
Or list
just
two
total.
one day and 10
Yeah.
the next day, and
Yeah,
then none
yeah.
for 3 weeks.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
exactly.
it's
Yeah.
definitely, it takes consistency, hard work, and a lot of focus. It's not
But
as easy as I thought it was. That's for sure.
well, I think the two things that you just mentioned, I think we're already there. We're
Yeah.
already seeing astronomically high prices in the stores.
Hmm. Yeah.
We're already seeing competition out the wazoo.
Yeah.
We're still out here making money though, because we are
Yeah.
the people that will grind it out,
Yep.
and will, do
And
things.
we don't give up though. Like, so if
Right.
we go out and we don't find stuff, we're back at it the next go round. You
Oh,
know
for
what I mean?
sure. For sure.
And there's some people that might go out and source and be like, "Oh, I didn't find anything at that place. It sucks." And then they'll never go back. You know what I mean? Instead of just realizing not every day is a dub. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So
For sure. For sure. I mean, you could even say like those maybe aren't the people that will wake up at 7 a.m. to go to garage sales on Wednesday and
right.
Saturday, or those aren't the people that are willing to, fight the crowd at the bins or whatever it may be. I mean, it's a job, man. It's a
Yeah.
job. Like it's a fun
It
job, but
definitely
it's a
is. It's a
job.
fun job.
So
Definitely the funnest job I ever had.
oh
But so like for me, when it comes down to the point where it's not as profitable to do certain things that, have been working, that's probably when I'll pivot and hire people to source for me, or like start buying out inventory from people,
Yeah.
locally or online or whatever, in more abundance. Because like the bulk buyout option, I've done that twice and that's been very profitable. I
Yeah.
just can't find enough bulk buyouts locally for it to be the only option of sourcing for me. So, right now I'm milking the bins for what it's worth, and we'll just see what happens later on.
Yeah,
But
you might have to start putting ads out in St. Louis so then you
yeah,
can pick up a bulk buy when you're here
yep.
sourcing or something like that. So,
Yeah, I'm thinking
yeah.
about that, like pay for a Facebook ad for that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Joe Dempsey says, "You guys ever hit consignment stores? The one near me have a lot of jeans. I see a lot of other resellers getting, but I couldn't pull the trigger. We don't have that many consignment stores in St.
Mhm.
Louis, and the ones that we do have are mostly furniture and traditional antiques. So
Yeah,
anything from the 20s to the 60s, 70s. So yeah,
but
mostly a lot of furniture stuff.
there are stores like Avalon and
Well,
stores like
Avalon's
that.
like that's more of an upscale or not upscale. What am I talking about here? Not secondhand, but it's more of like
It's like Plato's
it's
closet type.
yes, it's a
Yeah,
second chance
yeah,
retail sort of situation. I
yeah.
wouldn't call that a consignment store because
No,
people
I
come in
mean
there and sell
like
clothes.
yeah. So there are a couple of consignment shops down here in Cape Girardeau, but there it's kind of ridiculous. Like the prices are like $30 for like jeans, and like it's real close to what the market value is. There's good stuff like Rock Revival jeans, Miss Me jeans, the expensive jeans, you know what I mean? But they're asking like not profitable amounts for it. So it's
Yeah,
kind of like where Friday's posted that car with the eBay asking price on it, not even a sold price. You know what I mean? That's how it is. They're asking what sellers are asking for on eBay instead of
yes.
doing the research to find out you're asking 50 for something that only sells for 20.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
they don't know what sold comps are.
No, no, not at
But
all.
but speaking of Avalon, I mean, I found a couple shirts that were like semi bangers, and
Yeah,
I mean, I paid up for them, but still, I was making 20, 30 bucks off of them. So,
it's worth it at
yeah.
that point.
I again, I've talked about this before, but like I feel like I maybe need to do a little episode at like an Avalon or
Yeah,
stores like that have
yeah,
second chance sort of retail going on. So,
yeah. So Steve said he's gonna have to check out a pawn shop this week. Good
dude,
luck. Let us know how it
there's
goes.
a lot there's a lot in the city. So, yeah.
Yeah. Paying up is okay as long as you keep one thing in mind: sell through rate over everything. Definitely,
That's so true.
definitely.
That's
Yeah.
so true.
Uh, if so, for me, like if I know that the item will sell within a week, I'll pay up for it.
Yeah.
Let's say I find like a CC Filson like jacket or something like that. I know it's going to sell for like 200, $300. I'll pay $50 for that thing. I'll pay $100 for it if I know it'll sell and sell in a week for 250, $300.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's not the investment's not going to be tied up for that long. You know
Right.
what I mean? It's like 1000% sell through.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Steve says he doesn't go in the mornings. Okay, that explains a
I go
lot.
in the afternoon too, though. I go for both sessions.
But he also might not go Mondays. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
and
We'll
I
we'll
only go
get you.
on Mondays.
We'll find out who you are, Steve. Okay,
I'm gonna be there Saturday and Sunday.
we'll find someone to dox you. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Miss Lachey says, I think if you're always expanding your knowledge base and you're not afraid to pivot, you'll always be able to find things. Yo, say that again
Yeah,
for the people in the
yeah,
back, Miss Lachey. Like
definitely.
that's the reason why I'm slowly moving into clothing more and into books. Like
Yeah,
it's something that maximizes my time when I'm at
yeah,
the thrift.
yeah,
If I'm not finding anything, like especially at regular thrift stores, I feel like books are kind of one of those overlooked things a lot. And
yeah,
you can sit there and scan books and find maybe one or two. That's worth your time.
yeah.
You
It's
know,
it's definitely slept on at our bins at least. For
there are
me,
some, but yeah,
like when I first started getting into selling clothing, I didn't really know a lot about brands. I knew what I thought I knew. Right, was like, oh,
yes,
okay. Well, I know what I used to wear as a kid, or I know what brands I wear now.
yeah,
So
you're.
obviously, since I like them, they have to be valuable, but it doesn't work like that.
It
You know what I
doesn't.
mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you got to find out what's selling. You got to find out what's actually profitable to pick up, and then not only that, uh, always be learning. There's so many clothing brands, just like so many brands of anything. So like when you have a solid foundation of, okay, I know this handful of brands, but this item feels like quality. Let me grab it and look it up. And then once you start feeling, you can touch a garment after so long, after you touch thousands and thousands of pieces and tell, okay, well, this feels heavier than the normal flannel shirt. And that's how I found that Ironheart flannel shirt.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And those types of things happen more often than you think. Just like a couple weeks ago, I found two new brands, that Barefoot Dreams and then that Silver Regime shirt. You know what I
I
mean?
saw
I
that.
think I found one more in that day too. All three of those brands I had never heard of before, but just by the look and feel of them, I just grabbed them and looked them up, and
And
that
that
helps you.
and for someone like yourself that sees so many items of clothes, that
Mhm.
says a lot, when you
Yeah,
find a brand that you've never
yep,
heard of and it's profitable.
and it's profitable
Like
because there's brands I find all the time that I've never heard of, but they turn out to not be profitable.
sure, sure, Faded Glory. Marcus loves it. He loves
Unfortunately, I've been selling it.
Expanding product knowledge is relatively easy because so many fine folks on here and Instagram. Listen, chat, you guys are dropping the most perfect knowledge tonight,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Seriously. I'm round of applause for you guys, all right? Cuz
Well, there are things that I don't show on Instagram or on YouTube just for the simple fact that I can't give away all the bolos. You know what I mean? Because
sure,
then if you give away every single item that you're selling, then of course, if people are watching your videos, they're going to find those items before you do.
sure.
So there's items that I don't put on YouTube that I pick up all the time. But that's because I find them all the time because nobody knows that they're valuable. You know what I'm saying?
The
So
secret bolos.
you
Now
know,
we
and
got
it's not even
now we got
necessarily
to
bolos, it's just bread and butter.
we got to twist Marcus's arm now for these
Mm.
bolos.
I don't think I don't think people give away all their, knowledge, but I do give away a lot of it,
Well,
you know what I
I
mean?
mean, let's
Because
be real here. Like, I don't think that well, I think there's a wealth of information. If you watch enough YouTubers
yeah,
that
you're gonna
all
find
that
it all
that
out.
all do clothes,
Yep,
you're gonna know every bolo. You know what I'm
yep,
saying? So like,
definitely.
yeah,
Like there's no shortage of knowledge out there,
yes,
and what one person's not giving away, the next person is.
exactly,
So
exactly. So yeah, I
yeah.
mean, but I also just want to say that like, I don't think I've ever kept a bolo from you guys. I'm just putting that out there. Like, I am just
Mm. No,
transparent.
these bolos, I'm telling, but bread and butter items that nobody really cares about, yeah, I'll keep those to
I mean,
myself.
no, even the bread and butter stuff. Like
Mhm.
the electronic blanket controllers, that was one that was like people were sleeping on that, man. And
Yeah,
I'm just like, guys, take they're everywhere in the bins. So secret
yes,
bolo
yes.
equals hearing aids. Honestly, the one set of hearing aids I found, I took it to like a hearing aid shop and they were like, yo, these hearing aids are like made for specific people, like
Mhm.
and their ears. And so they have basically no resale value. And I was just like,
Mm,
all right. Well,
yeah.
guess I'll go F myself now.
The closest thing to hearing aids that I picked up was like the little headphones with the receiver, and it helped you
Oh,
magnify the volume of your TV. And
yeah.
it was from the 80s, so it had like the
Yep.
old man sitting in the chair and his wife like, "Will you turn that down?" And he's like, "What?
Yeah.
Huh?" And so he gets the headphones and he's got the TV down real low, but he's sitting there in his rocker chair just smiling, laughing, like, yeah.
That's so
I was
funny.
sold there for like 30 bucks. Found it
Hey.
new, not new in box, but I found it complete in box with manual and everything at the Goodwill bins.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
was like, nice.
That's a nice little pickup for
Little
sure.
dub. Yeah.
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 Hillary, you are late, but we're going to excuse you this time.
Yes. 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 All the awesome content creators on here are teaching and we're ready to learn. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I watch a
Absolutely.
variety of YouTube channels. We get a broad knowledge in a variety of things, even if you don't sell what they do.
Yeah, exactly. I like aside from Marcus being, a coworker, a friend, whatever, like I still watched his videos all the time just to
Yeah.
learn about the clothing game because I knew that at some point I was going to run across some clothing that he shouted out, some brand that he made a bolo in his video and I
Yep.
would know that it would be good to pick up. you
Well,
know?
see, it's the same for your content as well. Even though I don't pick that type of stuff up anymore, I can tell someone else like, hey, if we're like out yard selling or something like that, I'm like, that's valuable. You go ahead and grab that. Or
Yeah.
like Ray told me this, Ray said that. I definitely pick up a lot of knowledge from you, and it helps. It's not necessarily helpful to me, but I can give away the knowledge that you give me to
Yeah.
someone else that needs it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Miss Lachey says, you should have seen me looking at all the ugly Hawaiian shirts yesterday. Found a 90s polo banger. That's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
I
That's kind of
just
cool.
found a vintage Hawaiian shirt. It'll be in I think the video coming out tomorrow.
Miss Lachey says, we are smart, Ray. Yeah, I mean, listen, we never
Yeah.
said you guys were dumb, okay?
Just that you guys spitting out some knowledge in the
I mean,
chat. So
straight
that's
up
all.
facts, okay? Hillary says, all the awesome content creators. Oh, no, we read that one.
Yeah, yeah,
You were on
yeah.
top of it.
So we're down by Hillary's next comment.
Okay, so
Some hearing
yeah.
aids are specific, but anything marked as a sound amplifier can be used by anybody.
Okay, that's
Yep.
a good clarification there because I was super surprised that because I thought I had found like some gold in
Yeah.
these hearing aids because
Because
they were
hearing
like,
aids are expensive.
oh, it's super expensive, dude,
Yeah.
super expensive. So I was like, yeah, boy, I'm gonna get a couple
Yeah.
$100. Like, no, absolutely zero. Ping says
Ping G, yeah, go ahead.
hearing aids will soon, or maybe they are over the counter, so maybe easier to sell. If they're over the counter, then 100%. Like that would be
I
like,
think that's real soon. Maybe it's not yet, but I think that's real soon to happening. Like I remember seeing it on the news recently.
okay.
Maybe it's passed already, but I don't know.
Okay.
Mr.
What?
Shea says Sonny recently sold a prosthetic leg for hundreds
Oh,
of dollars.
what?
So Chris from Flip the World also did that. Sold a
No
prosthetic leg
kidding.
he found in the trash for like $1,000.
What?
Yeah,
Dude,
yep,
that's wild. That's
yeah,
wild.
man.
Go check out Sunny Las Vegas, guys, and also Flip the World
Yeah,
TX. Go check them out, guys. Like that that's insane. That's
yeah.
absolutely insane. Best use
Well,
of a
so
prosthetic ever.
Chris from
Oh,
Flip the World also found like an eye machine from like the ophthalmologist's office, like some type of laser on there. He sold that for like $2,000. He got that in the trash too.
what?
It's crazy,
Dude,
dude.
that's honestly nutty, man.
Yeah.
Like that's what? But Joe said, when I worked at a pawn shop, it's a long story, but we sold a prosthetic leg to some college kids to drink beer out of for $25.
Wow.
Listen, not
I can
only is
believe that.
that's a win for you guys as the pawn
Yeah.
shop, but that's
Yep.
also a win for the kids using it to drink
Yeah.
beer out of. But I
It was
sincerely,
probably like what's that word like they gotta go find certain things.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
like a hunt and find or seek and find or something like
Whatever
yeah.
it's called. Mm,
I had the craziest idea the other day.
yeah.
What if there was a way that we could create like a seek and find in the city of St. Louis, but you are seeking
Mhm.
the community members, the fellow content creators are seeking vintage bangers, like vintage tea bangers, or like something that's like value.
That'd
You know what I'm
that'd
saying?
be pretty cool, but I'm pretty sure it'd be very difficult.
It would be very difficult because
Yeah.
what would stop somebody else from taking it that wasn't
Right.
involved in it,
Right.
you know? We're going to work on it. We're going to workshop it, guys.
It said dude who pawned it walked out on his spare.
On
Well,
his spare?
spare leg.
Oh,
I guess he had two.
okay, got it.
It's better than walking out on crutches or hobbling out,
I
just hopping,
mean, that's
no
true.
support.
That's true. Yeah.
You
You
say
had
that backup.
$300 into that thing? Dang. Were you guys a profitable pawn
That's a
shop?
big L. Yeah. How often did you do stuff like that? And where is this pawn shop located?
Exactly, because I want to buy them out.
Yeah. Ms. Lachey says, my dad never used his leg. Wish I knew to resell it at the time. My mom probably trashed it. Huh?
I mean, hindsight's always 2020, you know?
I got a cousin that's missing a leg. He crashed in a four-wheeler.
Oof.
Maybe he's got a leg hanging around somewhere. You hit him up. I think he had a
Yeah.
titanium leg.
Like,
So it's
bro, you want
probably worth it.
you want to consign this to me? Like
Yeah, definitely. The shipping would probably be, I guess it wouldn't be that difficult. I just put it in like a 30 by 8 by 8 box and like ship it.
Yeah, I was going to
Probably
say
pretty easy.
maybe like a golf club driver box I don't know if that's
I think that would be too skinny
too skinny. Yeah.
because you got to fit the foot in there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Imagine shipping a boot, but just with an extra long
Yeah.
base on it.
Yeah. I guess it'll also depend on like how long the prosthetic is too, you know, because you
Yeah,
get the ones that come up to the knee or they
yeah.
like go up to the thigh.
Go to the thigh. Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's how my
anyway,
cousin says it goes up to the thigh.
there's your guys' bolo for the evening. You can thank
Yeah,
chat.
prosthetic legs.
Prosthetics are the way.
Hmm.
So
I always check my retail dumpster. I've sold tons of items there to sell. If you stop at Five Below in the back, you can get a lifetime supply of phone cords. Nice. Phone
oh.
cords are the hard game, though, man. Like, if you're trying to sell them, that's a very tough market to be in because you got to pull out all the bells and whistles.
Well, I was gonna say that's more of an Amazon FBA sort of that
Yeah.
situation right there for sure.
Hmm.
So yeah.
I did look in the GameStop trash can at the GameStop.
Sure.
Uh, Nothing was in there, though. It was empty. I came at the wrong
So,
time.
so I was gonna say somebody probably already looked through there because I think GameStop is like one of the number one places that thing like that get looked through. Their dumpsters
Yeah.
get looked through all the time. So
Yeah.
whether that be for like promotion stuff or like stuff they took in that they couldn't actually put out on the shelf or
Yeah.
whatever it may be, you know.
Hey,
So
speaking of Sonny, now he's
speaking
in
of
here.
Sonny, we summoned
Wow,
him.
dude.
We
We
summoned him.
we already brought this up, brother. Well, we didn't bring it up, but someone else did.
Yeah. Hillary
Let's
said,
see.
"Call up your cousin now, Marcus. We need you to see you convince him to sell your prosthetic leg so you can flip it." Yeah, I think that'd make great content.
I haven't talked to him in like 2 or 3 years.
It won't be awkward at
So
all.
yeah,
Just call
yeah,
him up.
not at all.
Hey man,
What
you
is,
still got that leg? Oh, how's the family doing, by the way?
yeah, we'll be like, man, what type of crap you on, man? Mm. Sonny said, so let's see what Sonny said. He said bought a prosthetic leg at the flea market for 40 along with the hat. So say 20, sold it for 3.99. And yes, like we said, we're up on the information. We know this now, but thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
He
yeah, yeah,
loaned it
yeah.
and picked it up for 275, got another loan at 300 and never came back. Tried to get big money like everyone on here, but but pawn shop doesn't sell online. Huh.
That's their
Okay, that makes
downfall.
sense.
That's their
Yeah.
downfall. Not selling
Yeah.
online.
Don't tell them to start either.
Right. Right. I can't wait till I find a prosthetic leg. Does eBay
Yeah.
flag you if you sell a prosthetic leg? I mean, obviously
It's not
not.
prescription, I don't think.
Exactly. So,
Just sold a Johnny O shirt for $25. I will take
ooh.
it.
Well, hey, any shirt over $20, I'm happy. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's a good brand for you to look for though if you're at the bins. Johnny O, it's a polo shirt. It's got a dude holding a surfboard as the embroidery on it. Uh
Okay,
yep,
that sounds
pretty
cool.
good brand. Every time I've gotten it, I've only gotten it one. The first time I found it, it had holes in it. It was like super thrashed, but I found it twice since then, and it's always sold for more than $20. So,
Hell yeah.
yep.
Heck yeah. Yeah, dude. Actually, speaking of CPAP machines, though, there are websites that you can sell your CPAP machine
Yeah,
to. So
yep.
don't forget
That's the
about that.
safest route.
Yeah, sell it to another company and allow them to do whatever the hell they do with those.
Yeah.
And you can still make good money that way. So,
Yep.
yee. All right. Well, we are 2 minutes away from the hour. Is there anything that you want to add before we depart from everyone?
No, just hit up the Discord. Check
Yeah.
out Steve's channel, Red Alert,
Yeah.
and
Also post a channel for next week so we can have them on the channel blow up. We'd love to
yeah,
say positive things about your YouTube channel.
yep, definitely join the Discord. Drop your link to your channel in there, and we'll get you on the channel, man.
And be on the
Definitely,
lookout for prosthetic legs. Don't forget about that. That's the most important part.
definitely,
That's the
big
biggest
facts.
biggest takeaway from tonight is that.
Yep,
Marcus and I will be releasing videos tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. bright and early.
7
So start
a.m.
start your morning with us. Drink your coffee. All
Yep,
that good stuff. And we'll see you next Thursday on Marcus's channel. If you haven't subbed to that, the link is there. Nightbot was so kind to post the link to
thank you,
Marcus's channel.
Nightbot.
Yep, Nightbot's the best. And until then, we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out,
Cheers,
guys.
guys.